Ryan, I would like for you to imagine that you are a New York Giants fan in 2002.
Okay. I live in East Rutherford. I'm listening to Linkin Park, right? 2002, you said?
There you go. Yep.
And I love Kerry Collins. Yeah, okay, I'm in the space.
Your team made it to the playoffs. They've gone on the road for the wild card weekend. And with just a few seconds left, they're lining up for a 40-yard field goal that would win the game.
Oh, I'm losing my mind. As a big fan of the New York Giants in 2002.
Yes,
which I am. Right
Canonically, yes.
Yeah.
And then this happens.
Oh, no.
It's a comedy of errors. It's a bad
Oh,
snap.
no.
A holder Hail Mary pass to a offensive lineman who gets tackled as the ball sails past him.
Oh, but that's pass interference, though. No?
So, it certainly looks like pass interference, but pass interference was not called.
Right.
On
I'm
this
seeing
play.
this. I'm seeing this instead.
Ineligible man downfield.
Wow. Okay, so what we're dealing with here is when a team lines up at the line of scrimmage, they check in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like players who are planning on becoming receivers have to check in because then they're like protected by all these other rules. Like the rules change a little bit. So if you don't check in and you go to catch a ball, yeah, it would be an ineligible receiver. But if you are an eligible receiver and this happens, that would be pass interference.
Bingo. And so in this moment, the refs said ineligible man downfield. That was the correct call. There were for sure ineligible men downfield. Therefore, game over. 49ers win. Giants lose.
Oh, no.
You are probably transitioning from Linkin Park to maybe putting on Lifted by Bright Eyes.
Yeah. I have a Nickelback concert to go to and I'm devastated.
That devastation would be made worse when nearly immediately it became known that that one big boy getting tackled in particular was actually an eligible receiver.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Should have been pass interference.
At which point, the Giants almost surely would have won that game.
Sure. The penalties would have offset. They would have had another shot at a 40-yard field goal, which realistically, you're not going to have that level of bad snap again.
Sure. Ugh.
So the rule we're going to talk about today, it's not an eligible man downfield, it's not pass interference, but those tie into a rule that would be created as a fallout of this event. As we know very well, the NFL rulebook includes a rule that effectively can turn the commissioner into God.
Sure, the God rule. Yeah, I love that one.
And he could just pop in and be like, hey, we're going to redo that.
Which every single fan of every franchise has tried to invoke at least once to undo some gigantic blunder.
And every single one of them was deserving of it for sure.
Yes.
Your team was robbed.
Yeah.
The commissioner at the time, Paul Tagliabue, he came out and was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is the worst moment of my career as a commissioner.
Incredible. So just immediately threw the refs under the bus.
100% threw the refs under the bus.
If the commissioner complains about the refereeing, does he have to fine himself?
Yeah, but then he gets the fine back, I guess.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So Tagliabue, he doesn't bother to correct the present, but he does set out to fix the future. He wants to make sure nothing like this can blemish the league ever again.
Sure, because as a Giants fan, I'm thinking like, if this guy checked in with somebody, why didn't that come up in that what barely counted as a discussion on the field?
Well, it might surprise you to know that there was no rule saying officials had to really confer with each other and keep each other in check.
Incredible. So until this happened, there may have been a conversation if they felt like it, but that wasn't a necessity.
I am sure 98% of the time officials probably got together and did the normal thing of talking things through and making sure the right call was made.
Sure.
They weren't encouraged to do this via the rule book.
This wasn't like codified into a mandatory thing.
Not until this play happened. And so that offseason, a rule was put into a rule book that we have never touched on this show.
There's another rule book?
The officials have their own rule book.
Of course.
So the rule within the officiating rule book that we're going to touch on is officials' responsibility and crew conference. Article 6. All officials are responsible for any decision involving the application of a rule, its interpretation or enforcement. If an official errs in his interpretation of a rule, the other officials must check him before play is resumed. Otherwise, they are equally responsible. So basically saying, hey, y'all gotta talk.
Yeah, you have to talk, and if you still fuck this up, y'all are on the hook. Okay, we know that they called ineligible man downfield. Do we know that there was dissent in the moment, or were they all convinced in the moment that he was an ineligible receiver, and then only after the fact did they realize that they were wrong?
There would be one official with that knowledge.
Right.
There would be one official who would know this is the guy. At the end of this game, you do see them circle up, but like it's really just to talk about that ineligible man downfield penalty. It goes so bang, bang. Nobody stepped up to be like, oh, well, actually, this guy was cool.
You know, you have this whole setup and you have a whole team of officials, but you don't actually require them to confer with one another to make a decision. Then what is the point?
You can kind of understand, like, if that's not programmed into the officiating crew's brain, they're part of this chaos. And coming out of the chaos, they're trying to quickly be like, what was the call? What'd you throw a flag for? It was this, not that. Okay, cool.
No.
Here's the penalty. Game's over. Everyone go home.
I can see before this rule being implemented that dynamics maybe within a group of officials might come into play.
Sure.
Right?
Maybe you have some junior members on the squad.
Yeah, or maybe there's just like one guy who's really shy. And he's like, it's fine. It's fine. Did you say something, Jerry? No.
No. Sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Maybe it is also a scenario of like one official just really wants to impress the other one or is like intimidated by them. And even though they know they're wrong, it's like, yeah, you got it, man.
Dude,
No.
Great call. I did not see that one, man. That was sick. You're like a hawk out there.
Who's going up to Ed Hockley and being like, Ed, I'm sorry, but no. He would crush your head like a melon.
That's why he got so buff. Confer with these. I know it wasn't about baseball, but that video was so good, I would say it was a home run. And you know what else is a home run? Signing up for DraftKings Sportsbook and using promo code SecretBase. Crushed it. Hi, I'm SecretBase human being Will Buikema, and we partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook on this video. They're giving all new customers a risk-free bet up to $1,000 if your bet loses. And speaking of home runs from the earlier bit, with baseball in full swing, baseball pun, you can use the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now for same-game parlays, player props, live betting, you name it, they've got it. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, then just use the DraftKings Fantasy app. They're offering millions of dollars in total prizes every week. Download and sign up for the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code SecretBase, and new customers will receive a free bet up to $1,000 in free bets if their first bet loses. That's promo code SecretBase on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Oh, and if you want to subscribe to our YouTube, oh my God, I would love that.